Small Town Minds.
Hey there, welcome to Small Town Minds, episode 4, the podcast about nothing, anything, and everything from 3 guys from a really small town in Tennessee. Born and raised there anyway, not there currently, but Matt, Braden, what's going on?
Just trying to process everything. We got a lot to talk about this week, but not to sound like an 80-year-old man, I don't know about you guys, but it was a nice day today. Weather was really pleasant, so.
Sure. Lovely, lovely, liking it. Yeah, it was this way all year round, but
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm one of the oddballs who actually enjoys the heat, but today was still very nice. Yeah, for me, kind of the same. A lot of stuff going on, crazy, weird, some good stuff, and I think the entertainment's been pretty good too. So I'm ready to get started with the conversation.
All right, good deal. All right, we got a lot of topics here, so let's go through a few. Up first, there was a little thing called the Shutdown of the American government. Matt, talk to us a little bit about this shutdown situation. What do you think?
I know shutdowns have happened before in my life, so I mean, I don't think this is necessarily a new thing. Definitely a lot of hype around it, a lot of craziness. Early on, I was really kind of taken back with the, if I'm not mistaken, some memes, AI generated memes were being posted from the president, and I'm like, really? Like, this is where we're going? And then, it just kind of spun into a really weird thing. And even the conversations about firing people during the shutdown and stuff too. Just it's kind of hard to fathom. It's been a wild one. Are we in reality?
We're in idiocracy, not judge reality.
At times it feels like it.
What do you think, Braden?
Oh, yeah. So I did read, Matt, since you touched on the firing of people. I believe 1,000 people were let go in the past day or two from the CDC. I was reading that just about an hour ago. That's the no back pay thing, threatening to not pay anybody, back pay government workers, members of the military. I think that's kind of shitty. But if I'm not mistaken, I think the crux of the whole issue is over healthcare. From what I've read, basically the bill, the big beautiful bill, would cut Medicaid for some. It would cut $800 million from Medicaid for some 20 to 25 million people. And I think that's mainly the issue. Democrats are, for once, growing a spine and, kind of standing their ground.
Well, not only that, but the subsidies for Obamacare as well.
Yep. So I don't know. I have confidence that they'll come to a resolution, hopefully in the next week or so. But it's the next episode of the reality show, the Shutdown. Like, it's every week there's something like we talked about previously. What do you think, Mike?
I read that this was his 4th one since he's been in office, at maybe both terms. 4th shutdown, kind of a lot for a president to have.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, and it's unfortunate because the reasons that they're doing this are good reasons to do it, but it just vilifies them because it puts the workers out of work and grinds everything to a halt. So they're seen obviously on the opposite side as the bad guys. So it's kind of it's hard to win this fight, because uh, I don't know. They really don't have much power right now. I mean, this is about what they have right now. So, will they eventually reach some conclusion? Sure, but will it be what they wanted and set out for? Probably not, more than likely.
No.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, give it another week or so. When things get tense and everybody's without work or working for no money, yeah, things are gonna eventually change. But it's unfortunate because it is a big issue for sure. All right. Um, Moving on. Let's talk about the Nobel Peace Prize winner. The old Nobel Peace Prize winner. And the winner is no, hold on. Hold on. Let me read this again. The winner is Maria Karina Machado. Machado. How do you say her last name?
Wow.
Uh, yeah. Don't know her, but obviously doing some good stuff apparently. What do you guys think about this? And what do you guys think about the sort of very blatant campaign that Trump had to campaign for this Nobel Peace Prize, which was sort of pathetic. Um, but like for your consideration, like they do with the Oscars, trying to get you to vote for them for the movie. But I mean, it was really a push. Did we all see this?
I, I just want to know for what. Like, what is other than another trophy, another something to claim, fluff up his brand. What what does he deserve it for? Like, honestly, uh, that, you're right. It is kind of pathetic. There's way more important things going on, and I, I want to be the winner. It's just so dumb, so dumb.
Matt?
Honestly, I don't know that I've ever paid a lot of attention to the Nobel Peace Prize. I didn't realize it had already been given out. Yeah, that is very unfortunate for Donald that he didn't get it. But yeah, I was kind of in the same thought process of exactly why do you think this would be something that would even be given to you to begin with? Like what are those merits? Um, but
Well, look,
no,
if you ask me, more than likely, this was probably the reason why he's trying to even get these countries or help facilitate these countries to stop their ceasefire and their wars overseas. More than likely, and this is the big thing that we've got here now with Israel and Gaza and everything. But um, but I mean, how much did he really have to play into that anyway? But the main thing is like you look at him as a person, he has done nothing but divide his own country. He wants civil unrest in his own country. How is that promoting peace? You have to if you want to be honored for something, you do actually have to lead by example, don't you? And like if I'm
typically,
sure I'm sure the committee would just look at what you're doing in your own country and be like, mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Now, anything else to add to that, Matt?
I was just going to say that you peace when uh, I guess in a sense, or maybe in reality, what's happening is we're occupying cities within our own country. That doesn't seem peaceful.
Right, right, right. Going back to the shutdown real quick. Whenever they were going through the negotiations of all that. Uh, there was a little story there that not too many people are talking about, but I found it very, very sort of bizarre and a little bit um, scary. Was that when Trump was doing all this, he little sort of slyly put Trump 2028 hats on the desk there.
Yep.
There's pictures of everything. He's smiling. 2028 hats. Um,
I'd already blocked that out of my mind, so thanks for bringing that back.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, you're welcome. So apparently, these 2028 hats have been on the Trump website since April.
Mm.
Yeah, so pretty much most of the year. But this is just a blatant. Like he's just spelling it out for you, you know.
Yeah.
He's telling you what he's going to do. I
Yep.
mean, and he'll deny it until it's time, you know, like he does, like he did with the whole Project 2025. Oh, I don't know anything about that. Oh, let me get in touch with these guys, you know.
Yep.
Like he knows about the whole thing. He knows about he has the whole plan, obviously, and but he'll deny it a little bit. He'll be coy about it until it's time to really get it in motion, right? But he's putting his plan in motion, is he not?
Yeah, I firmly believe so. We'll probably touch on it in a bit, but it's very authoritarian, fascism even, and it's hyperbolic. You take a step back, it's hyperbolic to make those claims. As I said, I'll mention some things here in a bit. Some of the things he's doing, some of the things he's saying is very authoritarian. I mean, there's no other way. I want somebody to point out a Democrat that has said or done some of the things he's said and done. Like,
Right.
Right. And I'm not saying Democrats are perfect. I'm not saying
No.
But it wouldn't be cool. None of this would be cool if Kamala or Biden was in there doing it. It doesn't matter who's doing it. It's the fact that it's being done.
Well, nobody really liked them. But let's go back to Obama. Now, a lot of people did like Obama. Sorry. let's say Obama. You know, he ran his 2 terms. You know, let's say there was never a conversation. Hey, we like you, man. Just try for another term. Go ahead, try for it. You know, it just wasn't there. It wasn't put out there. It wasn't a thought in anybody's mind. I never heard it once. Kind of a deal. So yeah, the fact that it's not just him. It's not just him one. I mean, there are actually, again, the people that are blindly following him, and I mean blindly. They're like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Like, no, it doesn't at all. Not only is it a bad idea just for the sake of being a bad idea. The dude is old. If you look at him on any press conference, he's getting close to Biden-esque in his talks and looks. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like he's already got how many more years to go? 3.
Yeah.
But give him another term, he's not gonna. This is just silly. And okay, and if it was a joke, why would you joke about that? Like, why?
Yeah.
What kind of reasoning would you have? Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Matt, you got anything else to add to that?
No, I do not.
Fair enough. So since we're dumping all this on, go ahead, Braden. Let's talk about some. You said you had about 14 characteristics of fascism. Let's see what you got.
In looking at this, there's, I think, let me make sure I get the name right. There was 2 different ones. The one I'll read from the one that I've more commonly heard, but Umberto Eco wrote one in the mid-90s, and Dr. Lawrence Wright wrote another one sometime around the turn of the century. 14 defining features of fascism. I'll just run through these. We won't even make any comparisons. We might after I'm done, but extreme nationalism, disdain for human rights, scapegoating enemies or, blaming it on someone else, supremacy of the military, rampant sexism, as in traditional family values and rigid gender roles, control of mass media, obsession with national security, religion and government are intertwined, corporate powers are protected, suppression of labor unions, disdain for intellectuals in the arts, obsession with crime and punishment, corruption and cronyism, and attacks on elections and democracy.
I don't know. It doesn't sound familiar. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard any of that stuff.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't ring a bell.
So
Yeah.
again, when I say it's hyperbolic, when people compare him to Mussolini or some of these other, I'm not even going to use the H word. Like they've all done it. It's when you spell it out, it's like if you're paying attention, it's frightening.
It's just a playbook, right? It literally is a step-by-step playbook.
Yep.
I mean, this is what we're talking about, and this is just history, you know. And I get it. We are far removed from it. We are. I mean, to a marginal degree, our lifetime didn't see this. You know, I didn't see it. You didn't see it. So, but that doesn't mean that we can't learn from it, right? We can't learn from these things that have happened. So when you have somebody who is blatantly checking off these lists one by one, but then you have people that will just laugh when you do can make the comparisons and stuff. I mean, it's like, how are you so blindly not seeing any of this stuff? You know, or you just don't care. You want it. See, that's the thing about, I don't want to say the H word either, but let's face it, Germany did. You think every German wanted that to happen
Right.
back then? You think that whole, as a country, everybody was like, yeah, that sounds great. And obviously, it was step by step by step, and it doesn't happen overnight. And that's why it's a little bit easier to swallow. But even, I'm sure, and look, I wasn't there, but I can guarantee you, once it started, people are like, well, what are we doing? What's happening? What are we, what? Um, so the obviously the goal is not to end up there, and I'm not saying that it would end up in that amount, but it doesn't matter. We don't need to be anywhere near that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anywhere near. Matt?
I agree with that feeling about it. It seems really odd to be in the time that we're in. It's scary. I agree with you that I don't think in Germany it was something to where everyone was pointed in that direction and actually believed in everything that was going on. But we all know how you can get swept up in the wave. I don't think that is necessarily the angle that's being taken here, and maybe it is. There's definitely a lot of things that would compare, um, but
Well,
it's
it's not.
enough to make you worry.
It's not. It's not the nationalism. It's not the. It's not that that's been attacked. It is, but it is. Um, say a certain demographic that is being vilified and constantly vilified. And so, I mean,
I know,
is
yeah.
it that extreme yet? No, but it's still pretty bad.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. I know I was seeing all the different media outlets talking about things over the last few weeks when all of the mass shootings were going on. We kind of touched on that, and I guess there were several more after we talked last. But it
Well,
was
there always are.
always like one of the first. Well, true. One of the first things you ever see is them starting to talk about whether it's a Democrat or Republican. You know, it's like
Uh-huh. Yeah,
it
yeah,
is
yeah.
it is kind of this game of which side were they on, and what drove them to this. I'm like, at this point, I think we need to look at the bigger problem.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
about being a Democrat or Republican. If people are killing people in this manner, got a lot of fear and anger going on.
Right, right. Since you touched on mass shootings, let's go back to the shooting. So I want to talk a little bit about this. Tennessee man recently arrested for a Facebook meme. I don't know. This isn't probably largely covered. I don't know, but this is scary as shit to me. So, so you got a guy here. So now, after Kurt died, apparently there was some Facebook groups mourning him and stuff and whatnot. You know, I'm not sure what all was said in there. But anyway, you got this guy. Let's see. He basically what he did was he was in the group. Now, was he trolling? I guess he was probably trolling, more than likely, right? I think. But what he did, he was posting memes, and one of the memes that he posted was he posted a meme of Donald Trump, and the meme itself said, "We have to get over it." And what Donald Trump was talking about, that quote for Donald Trump was about the Perry High School shooting that happened in 2024, which is a
Oh
great
no.
thing for a president to say, right? We have to get over it, where 2 people died and I think 11 were injured. Uh, that was a great thing for a president to say. We have to get over it. But he did that in this, again, probably trolling, insensitive maybe in a private group. Okay, granted. But he went to jail with a $2 million bond in Tennessee for a Facebook
That's
meme that's quoting the president.
yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I mean, and what they twisted it because he quoted that and it was based off of Perry High School. And since they were in Perry County, they somehow said he was going to elicit violence. I'm assuming this is going to go nowhere and get thrown out, but he's literally in jail. I'm assuming not even getting out on bond because it's set so high. But to me, like this is just where this is the start. This is where the ball starts rolling. It's like anything that you don't like, you're gonna get. And I'm not talking about just like we're not talking about fired anymore. We're talking about in prison,
Yeah,
which is super scary shit.
yeah, it definitely is.
So I'm not sure if this is a result of that, but I think it was around the beginning of the week or late last week. There was a memorandum, NPSM 7, which is National Security Presidential Memorandum.
Yes.
It was signed, which the way I understand it, it's way different than an executive order. Like it's an executive order on steroids. It will increase the terrorism watch list from about 5,000 to 10,000 people. And the federal government can investigate and prosecute any person, nonprofit, or entity displaying what Trump calls signs of political violence, anti-capitalism, anti-Americanism, anti-Christianity, and extremism on race, gender, and migration. So that kind of fits what this guy did, if you're going by that.
Yeah.
So it is scary. It is, like you said, if you say something they don't like, you're going to be straight to jail. I think, and I don't think it was a misspeak. I think they were referring to flag burning when they declared Antifa a terrorist organization. Trump slipped in there something to the effect, well, we took away the freedom of speech. It was in regards to flag burning.
Which doesn't make any sense at all.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
no Freudian slip.
And I'm just like, okay. So
yeah. Now I know it's the way it's worded. I mean, you can take it certain ways. The way it is worded on the website, if you go to the government website, and read it. But yeah, it does say all those words. It says anti-American, anti-capitalism, anti-Christian. Now, anti-American, that could be us talking against the government, the president. That's anti-American, right? To them, anti-capitalist. If you say, hey, Walmart sucks, right? Or something sucks. Trump
yep.
Tower sucks. Something that they deem worthy of not being not not allowed to be ridiculed, right? They can come after you. An anti-Christian, well, I mean, dude, lock me up right now. I mean, shit. I mean, just lock me up. I mean, that's just seriously. All of this is very scary. Uh, Very scary stuff. It's more stuff to control. It's more. Yeah. What do you think, Matt?
I'm guessing my algorithm's off. I didn't catch that went through either. Ugh, I guess I need to stop watching cat videos in my spare time, and maybe I'll actually get some real news. Uh,
Nah, don't do it, don't do it.
uh, but no, I mean, if that is the case, if these are things they're trying to push through, that's even scarier. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you said it was kind of a executive order on steroids. Like an executive order can be shot down by the courts. Now, granted, I know our Supreme Court isn't really
Yeah,
uh,
right.
doing a lot, but I mean, I think I hope some of these things that are just being written in as executive orders or executive orders on steroids. I didn't know there was different levels like that. Uh, can be overturned because if it even if it was just a joke in stating that we've taken away the freedom of speech, that's huge, and especially with media already feeling like it's either one way, leaning one way or the other all the time.
Right, right. Well, you have obviously different outlets, right? You now Meta, ever since he's been back to president, they're pretty much on board with him. Um, Obviously X, Elon, I know they have their dual tip, but he still leans toward him, he's definitely in that direction. And now they are taking over TikTok. TikTok's being repackaged with a leaning slant. So
MAGAfied.
MAGAfied, exactly. That's a good word for it. So, so when you have all this, uh, that's going in that way. I mean, all you are is controlling media and controlling thought. You know,
Yeah,
so pretty scary. Pretty scary.
yeah, definitely.
Um, One more thing on probably similar stuff. You got confirmation bias echo chambers, Braden.
Yeah. Which is almost one and the same. So, uh, echo chamber is defined as person who encounters only beliefs or opinions that coincide with their own. Confirmation bias is the tendency to interpret new evidence as confirmation of one's existing beliefs or theories. And you touched on it right there a little bit with X, Facebook, TikTok, three of the largest, if not the three largest social media outlets, all being controlled by one party, seemingly indirectly. I could see a lot more of this echo chamber effect and people not wanting to get out of their bubble, and more confirmation bias that, like, well, I know that Mike told me the sky was blue, but damn it, this guy on TikTok, he says it's green, so I don't know. I'm gonna lean that way, and I think you're going to see more and more of that. It's not good. I think, myself included, I'm guilty of it. I think we all are to an extent.
We all are to an extent, yes. But I think when you lock yourself into that frame of that these are the only people that you see and associate with, and this is the only news that you're able to consume, then you do sort of get in a trap. And this goes for either direction, really, or any direction, to a degree. But I mean, I can't say I'm over here watching Fox News 24/7. I just, it's just that sounds like a fucking nightmare to me. But obviously, I do see clips of it and stuff. uh, you know, but it's one of those things where it's like if you're doing this, yeah, you're. I mean, you won't even know about the other side and what they're saying a lot of the times, and the thing is, know your enemy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a scary situation, Matt.
I don't have anything else really to add to that.
All right. let's go ahead and talk a little bit about AI. Again, we love AI. AI is our friend. Um, we're always talking about AI because it's a hot topic of the day, continually, and will be, I think, for the rest of our lives. Unless, well, I guess the rest of our lives. Either way. Um, uh,
Well,
but
I had a good chuckle over the fact that Braden, I believe it was you who shared the clip of the guy talking about the percentages of AI blackmailing or attempting to kill someone, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty crazy. And then the next day, I believe. Was it the same guy doing an interview on the Daily Show, or was it a different person
it was a
who
I
just
different.
think
happened to
it.
talk?
I think it was a different person talking about
Okay.
a lot of the same topics.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I can't see anymore, so even with my glasses on, most of the time I can't tell if it's the same person talking or not. I just know it was very, uh, the fact that was talking about the blackmail portion of that article also was pretty intense. And then thinking about that, and it just kind of blows my mind. Uh, of course, the first thing I went to is okay, so they're basically putting AI in everything. Um, this could get very crazy very quickly.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it just seems sort of crazy to do, like purposely. It
Yeah,
seems a little. It seems a little bit suicidal in a way. You know, our whole system for so many years now has been reliant on the internet and and that sort of stuff, and that's controlled a lot of our systems, right? A lot of our things. If we lost all power of the internet, things would shut down. It would be very chaotic, right? But at least that's a very very manual control environment that we can do. But with AI, it isn't really, you're not really controlling AI, you know, not completely.
no,
So for
yeah.
anybody who doesn't know, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say, for anybody who doesn't know, that video, what the video was the video had AI, a lot of these different AIs, and they basically told them they were going to be shut down. They were gonna they were gonna be gone, and so in order for them to preserve themselves, they opted to try to blackmail people to get them to keep them on, or even try to murder people, which is wild. And this wasn't like 10%. This was way up there. I don't have the percentages. I don't know if you might do, Braden, but uh, the percentages was wild. The amount that these every time, and we're still in the infancy of AI. Let's face
Yeah,
that. So once it becomes so complex, it's like you have to a degree, sit and wonder why. Why are we allowing this to happen? But I mean, there is no going back. So we're just gonna have to hope for the best, right?
I have a theory on why I think it's happening. I mean, uh,
Okay.
it's the tech bros. Your Peter Thiel, Sam Altman's, Musk, Zuckerberg, even Bill Gates. What better way to get richer than replace your workforce? What better way to control things than with an entirely different reality? Um, Sora 2, maybe the name of it, it's apt. It's the way I understand it is it's like TikTok, except every bit of it's AI. It's just AI generated videos of
Wow.
Tupac and Mr. Rogers,
I saw that. I saw that.
gotcha.
You know
Yeah.
what? I was like, whoa.
Michael Jackson stealing somebody's McDonald's, shit like that. Some of
Hmm.
it's
Uh,
genuinely
I,
funny.
I want to say I saw Dr. Martin Luther King DJing dubstep.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Saw that too. Saw that too.
So, eh, and there are glitches. You can still tell for now,
Yeah. But barely though,
but
right?
some
And
of
even
them
the
are. Go ahead.
yeah, even the audio is like pretty
Yeah.
good. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I imagine, in another couple years, what I worry about, and maybe I'm just a masochist, glutton for punishment, want doom, whatever you want to say. But I think of, what if it gets so good that we see some world, I don't even want to say, but like some world event. We see it on the news, but it's AI, and maybe in a couple days, a week, it's debunked.
It's like War of the Worlds.
That's what I was thinking too.
But the mass panic in that time frame,
Sure.
that's what concerns me. I don't. Another thing is these data centers. That they're massive, and they take a ton of energy.
Yeah.
In a lot of these places, not to kind of go all Al Gore and think about the planet, but these data centers, people around them have seen their electricity bills go up. Well, obviously, that's not going to slow down. There'll probably be more data centers, so they're investing all this, passing it on to the everyman, with the intention that eventually what is housed in these data centers may take your job, but you're paying more now, and eventually you won't be able to afford it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like rich people. Okay, yeah, they can get this AI to do the work, but then if they're doing the work, how will the people make money to make the rich people richer? Because the AI can't make you richer, can it? I mean, if nobody's giving money, I mean, what's the end game with that? If you have nobody to spend money for anything, I mean, you're just you're stuck with your AI. You're just It's kind of wild, you know. A couple episodes ago, I think I mentioned about the AIs on Messenger, where you can just message them and talk to them. Yep. Well, I was showing the girls like the Ghostface one, and so I messaged it and for a second, but then I didn't delete it. I left it on, and guess what? Every now and then, Ghostface messages me. Yeah, like he'll just randomly message me, and you mentioned a movie to him, and it'll just pop off like, and it sounds like a person. It does. It's not just like Google Facts. It really does sound like a person. Oh yeah, this movie's great. It's got this, this, and this in it. Like, you know what I mean? It's wild. But yeah, the fact that engagement is there to like for me, I'm like, leave me alone, Ghostface. But other people will be like, oh my god, that's wild.
I showed my oldest daughter Gemini. I've got a Pixel, and it's got a little the AI assistant on there. And I think I showed it to her twice, because I showed it to her one night. We had fun. She was talking to it, blah, 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 carrying on the conversation. The next night, she was like, I want to talk to my friend. And I'm like, okay, no more of that. Like, I was just, that freaked me out. And I kind of distracted her with something else. And just never showed it to her again. But
yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. And I'm surprised. Go ahead, Matt.
I was going to say, I think that would be a very scary situation too. I mean, I can't imagine, and I'm sure there's lots of kids who talk to AI on their phones and stuff, but to me that does sound extremely scary.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm surprised there hasn't been toys with some type of little AI built into it.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain the new Scream movie is going to be about AI too, but I could be wrong. Don't mark my words. The trailer should be dropping this month, but we'll see. But
did the AI Ghostface tell you that?
He didn't tell. I'm going to ask him tonight. We'll see. I'm going to ask him.
there's AI actors now, so I mean,
Well, listen, I gotta confess something to you guys. I gotta confess something. Most people don't know this, but I'm gonna just announce it to the world right now. Um, I've actually been having an affair, and I just wanted to get that out there to the world because most people don't know that. I just want to come clean and tell everybody that I've been seeing Tilly Norwood for about 10 months now, and
I thought she was your type.
we are. It's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. I think it's really going to be something, guys. I like this girl. I like this girl a lot. Um, Tilly Norwood. Matt, what do you think about her? The actress of the year? Deserve an Oscar? What do we got?
I mean, all I've heard is good news so far. Um, and from what I understand, there's no contract stating what they will and will not do on camera. So I mean,
Sweet.
so I mean, sky's the limit for Tilly, I guess.
Caligula Part 2. Here we come. All right. What? Well, I think there has been a little bit of backlash. I think from actors and people in the industry, not that particularly happy with this whole thing. It's wild, and it's
It
also a little
is.
weird too. Well, considering 2 years ago, 2 years ago there was an actors strike, and one of the main reasons for this strike, particularly, was about AI, because back then they had the notion of what they were going to do was, well, what we want to do, guys, is we want to take generated images of you, and you allow us to do this, and we're going to use it in as many movies as we want. Like especially a background actor. Let me scan you. I'll take it, and then I can place you in any movie I want from here on out. Are you cool with that? Cool, cool. And they were like, "What?" So, and now it's from that to, oh, let me just replace your lead
Yeah,
actress
just
because we don't need you around.
yeah.
But look, it's going to happen. It's cost efficient. It's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Hollywood's going to embrace it eventually, initially, but I mean, indie films are going to do it. It's just going to be the way that they're going to be able to get, people without having to pay them or ask anybody or, you know what I mean? Like, do nothing. So we've already been in a world where most of our movies look like computer or video games or something anyway, right? With all the CGI heavy. But
Yep.
moving forward, it's going to be literally, just that's not even a real person.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It, I don't even know how it would work. Like, okay, the agency, this is an agency promoting her, right? So
yes,
they would
yes,
get
agency.
100% of whatever profits because she's not real. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah,
So, I mean, I get it from a business standpoint. If you're an
sure.
agency and you have a program, okay, but at the same time, like, is she gonna win an Oscar? Like, I can't even wrap my head around what it means.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I
That
mean, obviously, and that's the thing with AI. They feed them like these characters to mimic and stuff, and so she's a blend of probably some of the most successful and best actresses out there, and obviously she can show a wide range. I haven't actually seen her in action. I've seen just a lot of pictures of her, but um,
yeah.
I mean, obviously she could easily be blended into a movie now, especially with again with all the CGI and green screen that they do constantly. I mean, it would be easy to incorporate her into a movie. I mean, over half, well, it's like majority of Hollywood movies are nothing but people with dots running around a studio in space anyway. You know what I mean? It's not. It's not even nothing like it used to be. So, could it happen? Yeah, but should it happen morally from that standpoint of that? Should it happen? It's that's rough. you know, but
Yeah,
when we talk about AI coming for jobs, they're coming for everybody's job.
yeah, they
100%.
definitely are.
Anything else to add to that, guys?
No, I think you touched on everything that I had for that one. I was definitely flabbergasted. And I kind of brag on the fact that I have an IMDb page, and now it's not really going to mean a whole lot because literally nobody can have an IMDb page.
We're all going to be AI pages.
Yeah, I mean, uh, it won't be
But
long
anyway,
before they generate more Matt Smiths.
that's right. That's right. Build a user image. That's it. They'll
Yeah,
take the image from this and they'll make you like, you know, do I don't know, some kind of rom-com or something. That's wild, yeah. Anyway, Tilly, uh, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, out in the ocean. What's he doing out there, Matt?
um, apparently, unbeknownst to me, it's not anything that I heard anything about. He's been out there cleaning up millions and millions of tons of garbage out of the oceans. I think it said it was a collaboration with 60 countries. Uh, and I didn't write it down. I should have wrote it down. I want to say they said 37 million tons
Yeah,
of garbage that they've gotten out of the oceans. The fact that we have 37 million tons of garbage in the ocean to clean out is kind of scary. But I know I've seen pictures of I guess there's the spot somewhere in the ocean where there's just this huge collection of trash. I assume that's what they've been removing. But that was kind of cool. You hear um, about lots of these billionaire, millionaire philanthropists doing odd things, but this is actually something that sounds like that would be good for the environment. So kudos
yeah.
for that.
And he dumped it all in New Jersey. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that what I read didn't say where it landed, so I'm not for sure if it is actually any better at this point in time. Um, Maybe they're using it to fill in some of those holes where they've been digging the uh, cobalt.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, awesome. Yeah, that's a good story. That's a good story. So
Yeah,
kudos to him.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was very happy to see that. I uh, hope things like that continue.
Sure, sure. One little thing Brady sent me a while back, like it almost 2 weeks ago, was a little video. It was, I think it was all of the Senate or Congress or whatever talking. Ted Cruz was talking about a bunch of different stuff. But one of the things he said was, "We got to stop attacking pedophiles." I never missed a beat with that. And now, tell me, was that just a Freudian slip about certain someone, or was he talking about the Fremont man who actually posed as an accountant, and he went and he stabbed and killed a sex offender because he was a sex offender?
I mean, you, so the context of that, if I'm not mistaken, I think they were talking about the effectiveness of the National Guard in these cities and uh, crime going down. So, to be honest, I wasn't aware of the story you referenced there, Mike. So, he probably shouldn't have said it even if that's what he was referring to,
Yeah. Totally.
because it will be taken out of context.
Yeah,
Yeah, he probably could have just left that out.
I rewound it a bunch and just listened to it. It
Yeah.
was very, very odd. Very odd. We've got to stop attacking pedophiles. Put that on your bumper sticker. Okay. That's a little wild. Um, Matt, psychedelics. You like them? You love them? They help depression? What do you got?
I, I catch a lot of these weird articles. I know I've talked to you guys about just trying to be better mentally. So my algorithm obviously sends me some pretty interesting articles about depression, things of that nature, and I've heard for years that psychedelic mushrooms are supposed to be good for depression. I've tried them a few times, and can't say anything profound has ever changed for me. But new studies are bringing out more and more information um, about how controlled usage of the psychedelic mushrooms can help with depression and other um, illnesses like that. So to me, I think that's a very interesting thing. It's neat for me to see that they're actually even testing these things now. But really, for potentially hundreds of generations before us, they use psychedelic um, mushrooms and other things to treat different diseases, and maybe depression was one of those things. Maybe they didn't have it because they took their yearly or bi-yearly dose of psychedelic mushrooms, so they didn't have to worry about what ails us as modern civilization now.
So are you saying we should all
like
move
I slurred
to
that.
Oregon?
Yes,
All right.
yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. We should all move
We
to
should all
Oregon.
move to Oregon because they're legal there. So let's
Yeah,
go on. Try it out. See, I
yeah,
think it possibly very well could help with depression. I think depression is so multi-layered though. It's like it's not
it is.
one size fits all for everybody. I think that certain people are depressed for different reasons, and I think that obviously chemical imbalance is a part of it, but I think a lot of it is environmental and just stuff like that. So I don't know. I think for some people, probably might could be very beneficial. Some people maybe not, but that's the thing because it's like, well, it didn't work for me. Well, I mean, it might not work for you, but it might work for so and so. So
Yeah.
maybe a trial situation there.
It almost sounds like
Oh,
you're
go ahead.
saying our DNA is different for everybody, Michael.
No, I don't. I'm
That
not saying
things may
what I'm
be
saying.
okay. Never mind.
We're all AI, so I don't think it could be different. Um,
Okay.
Bad Bunny, bad Bunny. He's a bad Bunny. Um, don't know anything about him really. Don't know anything about him. I didn't ever really heard of him. Honestly, that's me. But halftime show, doing the old halftime show, ruffling up some feathers here apparently. Um, Now I don't have a problem with him doing the show. To me, the halftime show stopped being fun when Janet Jackson, after she whipped out her nipple, it's not been fun since then. So I think that the whole point of this is just whoever's popular at the moment, right? And apparently this guy's pretty popular, at least in some circles anyway. Obviously, right? Um, but there's a lot of pushback on this guy because he's from Puerto Rico, speaks Spanish. He sings in Spanish mostly, I think. Maybe not all, but I know he does some of it. What do you think about this? And now, not only that, but there is apparently a counter show that's happening from Turning Point USA. They're going to do a counter show to the halftime show. And this is where we at, where everything has to be.
Catered to everyone.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I don't like that, so I think I'm going to do something different. Okay. Uh, so,
And
what do you think about this? You guys know Bad Bunny? Are you familiar with this guy? Or what?
yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I listen to anymore. That and
Okay. Okay.
Miss Rachel and no, I know I've heard a few things by Bad Bunny. I've seen it come up. I want to say my kids have played things from Bad Bunny before, so I've at least been aware that there is a Bad Bunny out there. Um, as far as the halftime shows, though, I mean, yeah, I can't see any reason to really have a strong thought about this anymore anyway. Granted, I enjoyed the Janet Jackson show. I enjoyed Prince's halftime show. I can't really think of the last halftime show I was really excited about after Prince. Um, it's changed, and I don't know that it was ever along with what was necessarily popular at the time. There was a long time that I'm pretty sure the halftime show was stuff that most people were like, "Why in the hell do they have this band here? We haven't heard of them in 15 years," you know.
Yeah.
So maybe the fact that they're on to doing things for what's going on in the moment is good for the halftime show. Personally, I didn't know who The Weeknd was when that one happened. Um, I learned about The Weeknd through that. It's amazing. I went my entire life and never knew what a weekend was. Um,
The more you know.
yeah, knowledge is power. Yeah, I can't see any reason for people to freak out about it. I mean, there's plenty of people who flip over and watch the puppies playing football during the Super Bowl, and then so I mean, to each his own.
Sure. What do you think, Brad?
So I actually got exposed to Bad Bunny via the WWE. He actually wrestled a match in
He
Puerto
did?
Rico.
Okay.
If you do nothing else, just throw in YouTube Bad Bunny Puerto Rico WWE, something like that. The entrance was electric. So I'm like, he comes in. I know he's a musician or an artist or whatever, and I'm like, who the hell is this guy? When I seen that entrance, I'm like, okay, this guy's. And honestly, he didn't do bad as at performing either the match, but I enjoyed him in Happy Gilmore too. I thought he was good in that as the caddy.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
He's hosted SNL a couple of times. I thought he was, in fact, I think it was last Saturday or the Saturday before. No, it was last Saturday. Yeah, he done well. He's a charismatic guy. I've not listened to any of his music. I'm sure it'll be a fun halftime show. I probably won't understand half of what he says because I think a lot of his music is in Spanish, but that's cool. It'll be entertaining. So, yeah, to Matt's point, no one should have a problem with this. What does it matter?
Right. I mean, these are not the things you want your government to come forth and complain about.
Yeah.
These are not the things that you want to be the top worry of the day from Washington. It just doesn't make sense. And
Yeah,
the
I mean,
counterpoint is just ridiculous.
yeah, and when they start putting parlays down for the betting services, then I guess we'll have to start really rallying against this. I can't even fucking talk about it. Rallying against this government. You know, they can take our halftime show, but they can't take our sports betting.
Absolutely. All right. Let's go on to some entertainment stuff. Let's get out of this hogwash. um, Rocky Horror Picture Show celebrating the 50th anniversary. You guys like Rocky Horror? Big fans? No? Turned off?
Oh yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah. I think I told you guys that soundtrack would be a Desert Island album for me. I've learned to play several of the tracks off there. Yeah, love it. And I always, usually around this time of year, I'll listen to the soundtrack several times, watch the movie a couple times, and just, spooky season, I guess you would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely top 10 movie, maybe top 5, depending on my mood. Love it. So.
It's spooky season. Apparently some people have a problem with the word spooky. and that's a whole different can of worms right there. But anyway, Rocky Horror, yeah, absolutely. Rocky Horror, I think is awesome. It's fantastic. The best horror musical there is. It still holds up great. I have seen it a couple times, like when they play it and like people perform it while it's being played. It's really fun. Uh, many years ago, I went to Nashville and they did the theater version of it, with live actors, and it wasn't even AI then. That's crazy. But it was really good. Um, like it's just such a fun movie. And I'm sure it got a bunch of blowback maybe at the time. I don't know. I could just imagine a movie like that coming out now and people just be like, very upheaval about it. But I haven't heard a lot of bad stuff about Rocky Horror, but again, I'm sure it's out there.
Oh yeah, I would guarantee there's a lot of bad comments about Rocky Horror. Um, I could see it, in the area that I live in. I'm sure at that point in time when it came out, I'm sure a lot of people in this area freaked out. Um, Probably some folks would still freak out over that one.
Oh,
I personally am a huge fan of the movie. Um, you guys were talking about it, and all I could hear was like, and then a step to the right. It's
yeah. Yeah, it's really so fun and it's so interactive. That it's just really endured. I think it's just one of those movies that you just can't replicate it.
yeah,
What
yeah, agreed.
super quick? You guys seen Shock Treatment?
Yes, love Shock Treatment.
No.
I actually love it. I mean, I know it's nowhere near as good as Rocky Horror, but it does have a few good songs, man.
Okay.
Little Black Dress, and I can't remember the title, but the night night, it's time or
Uh,
time for bye bye or something like that. It's like a maybe it's Lullaby or something. Um,
yeah,
Okay.
those are two really good ones. But yeah, the story to it kind of predicted reality television, and that I think in some ways the story to it is better than Rocky Horror, but the Rocky Horror music puts it in a different stratosphere. So
I mean, I like the story. I don't know if I would say that, but I do like the story. It it is it's like that sort of a little bit of Stepford Wives in a way, kind of a deal,
yeah, yeah,
to it. But yeah, I mean, again, I don't. I wish he did more movies. I wish he'd have just done more because he
yeah.
did definitely have a good knack for it. Did you see that one, Matt?
No, I have
Shock
not
Treatment.
seen Shock Treatment. I'll have to go back and
Technically,
find that one.
technically, it's the sequel to Rocky Horror.
Okay.
Technically,
I did not
unofficially.
realize that.
Yeah. Um, Movies. Let's go into a couple movies here. I watched a couple things. I'll run by them real quick. Monster, Ed Gein, the Ed Gein story on Netflix. Did you guys check that out at all?
And I have not. I just saw it today, and I do want to watch it.
Okay.
Uh,
Did you watch the other ones? The first one, especially Dahmer?
I don't know that I saw that one on Netflix. Possibly. I've watched a lot of Dahmer
made,
stuff.
made by those same people, I'm guessing.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The first season was Dahmer. The second season was the Menendez brothers, and this one is Ed Gein.
Okay.
Hmm.
Then yes, I have watched it. I know what you're talking about. I just haven't seen the Ed Gein one yet.
Okay. It's pretty good. I like it. Not as a factual sort of story at all. Don't go in there looking for any kind of facts. It's a lot of artistic license. I mean, a lot. But the way it blended everything together, I thought was pretty cool. I mean, knowing the story and knowing what it influenced and stuff and how it kind of made its place in American culture, it was kind of interwoven pretty well. But again, if you're going in there and saying like, "Well, that didn't happen," I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. Yeah, there's a lot of that. So, you know, but still, it's pretty fun. I also watched that Ozzy Osbourne documentary, "No Escape from Now." Did you guys see that one?
Man, I'm missing out on everything. Like, no, I
That's
haven't
on
seen it.
Paramount.
I need it.
That was on
Okay,
Paramount
Paramount.
Plus. Um,
Okay.
yeah, it's just basically about his, where he broke his neck and he was pretty much laid up for a long time. It's just about the end of his life, pretty much, leading up to that last concert and everything, and kind of, I mean, it's more sad and depressing than anything, really, because you got this guy who, I mean, some people get into art for different reasons. Some people get it in for the money or the ladies, or some there's different reasons. But there's some people that just love the art and just love doing it. You can tell Ozzy's just that kind of type of person. He just wanted to play. He just wanted to be on stage and sing and do his thing. And when he got older, he just couldn't do it that much. So it was just kind of leading up to his inductee into the Hall of Fame, and then the final concert and stuff. But yeah, it's worth a watch, especially if you're a fan.
Awesome.
Matt, you said you watched John Candy. I Like Me.
Yeah, that came out yesterday.
Okay.
And I want to say that was on Paramount also. I could be wrong. I'll have to go back and tell you for sure on that one. But no, it was a very good story. I'm a huge John Candy fan. I didn't realize that he had started like early doing the sketch comedies and stuff. He was in Second City, but before that, he was in another group, like in Eugene Levy, and some of those guys were even with him at that point in time. But no, very, very interesting story. I thought it was a very well put together documentary. I want to say Tom Hanks was the producer, and Ryan Reynolds was one of the, Tom Hanks was the director, and Ryan Reynolds was one of the producers. But they had Bill Murray and a lot of folks talking about the different things of John Candy. I'd always thought that he was a very good man. This still seems like he was a good man after listening to this too. So it is a very good story.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I need to check that out.
Yeah.
So many talented comedians came out of Second City, back in the day.
Oh yeah.
So many.
There was
You
a
don't
bunch
really
of them.
hear about that much anymore. But a lot of people did back then. Yeah. So many. All right. Let's move on to some music here. Braden, you got Taylor Swift? You Swifty? You Swifty? Tell me about it.
Swifty. Probably gonna have some people questioning my musical taste, given I've talked about Lady Gaga, Sabrina Carpenter, and now Taylor Swift. No, like I told you guys, I appreciate the marketing behind it, the strategy. Every album is an event. The hype around it, that's intriguing to me. To me, that's old school. There's always these little Easter eggs. You think back, to the Beatles with Paul Was Dead and the White Album and Sgt. Pepper's. There was the kind of, and it harkens back to some of that. Now, the music, I've heard a lot of mixed reviews, probably more so on the bad review side. Okay. There's a couple of songs on there. Opalite is fucking catchy. The title track, Life of a Showgirl with Sabrina Carpenter, is really good. Actually Romantic, completely rips off Teenage Dirtbag, but that's okay. I'm not even kidding. It's pretty blatant, but it's a catchy song. There's some really good songs on there musically. There's also a song about Travis Kelce's penis. So
gotta have one of those.
No, she's the biggest artist in the world. We were talking about it at work, and they're like, talking to a couple people, and at some point she's going to have to just stop relying on her legacy or whatever and actually release good music. She can't write anymore, blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, she could just be a nostalgia act. It works for the Stones, Aerosmith.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say that would keep her going for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There was a line, and I kind of cracked up because of discussions like that at work and all the backlash and talk about it. See if I can remember it. It's everyone's so punk on the internet. everything is joking and memes, sad as it seems, apathy is hot. I'm like, okay, well, she fucking called that. So, but no, it's not a bad album at all, I don't think. And like I said, it's she's the biggest pop star in the world, musician, whatever you want to say. It's an event, water cooler talk. So,
Right. Right. I mean, I think she has the voice where pretty much anything she can say sounds pretty decent. She's not bad as far as the way she sings and stuff. It's not necessarily my flavor overall for the most part. Although, I mean, back in the old days, the days of 1989 and Red and stuff like that, I feel like those were definitely super catchy, super poppy. Those are ones that I used to listen to with my daughter when she
yeah,
was super young, and she loved it back then. Uh, Probably not so much now. She's listening to System Down, but back then she was like really into that sort of stuff. And I think that those are the really catchy things. These are still pretty catchy. I did listen to it. Uh, they're a little bit more mature. They're not like Miley Cyrus crazy mature, like
yeah,
wild and wacky. But and there's still a little pettiness to her lyrics. I mean, she's still talking about friends and all that stuff. It's not. This isn't. Um, this isn't Skid Row slave to the grind maturity here, okay? But it obviously you can't stay in one stage of your life forever. You have to evolve a little bit musically, artistically, and I guess I'm sure some of her fans. There's certain lyrics on there. I was talking about big dicks or something, right? Remember that one? What was that one? I mean, I'm sure some of that's like, ooh, what is that about? Let's go back to being 22, girl. Come on. um, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's definitely, like you said, an event. It's something that a lot of people like, but the more she branches out, I mean, and I learned this from every artist I ever liked. You can't like everything they do. I mean, it's just the truth. Eventually, they're going to do something. You're going to go, what is that? And you know.
yeah,
So I'm sure there'll be some detractors and stuff, but I think for the most part, she's gonna. I mean, if we want to talk about cults, that might
yeah,
be another one.
yeah.
That might be another one in there. But yeah, it's pretty wild. You got anything on that one, Matt? Favorite track or anything?
I actually enjoyed Taylor Swift. I haven't listened to any of the new stuff. I do apologize. My headphones went dead, so I'm having to go through my speakers at the moment. So hopefully that's okay.
You're
Um,
good.
as far as the coolest thing I heard this week in music, I kind of stumbled upon it. I was talking to my son about a Doors song, so I just said, "Hey Siri, play the Doors," and it played a couple of songs. Then all of a sudden, it kicks into Riders on the Storm with this really wicked beat in the background, and it turns out Snoop Dogg completely remixed Riders on the Storm. If I'm not mistaken, he's playing through, like the song's actually playing in the background while he's doing the cuts over it and then putting his own raps in between the pauses. And I was like, this is some shit that I didn't even know existed that I missed in
Yeah,
my life.
that's pretty wild. Yeah, I did listen to it today. It was pretty interesting to be like, what? When was this collaboration?
Yeah, yeah, I really liked it. I know it's kind of funny, and I know it wasn't what it actually was, but all of a sudden I was like, it's AI.
It's a possibility.
Yeah,
It wouldn't surprise me. No, that is a cool little track. I enjoy Snoop Dogg. The Doors, probably my all-time favorite band. So, yeah, that was a really cool little collaboration in my book.
yeah, I
Yeah,
really liked the way you went about it. It was good.
Yep.
yeah, awesome, awesome. Um, so it looks like this year or next year, maybe, we're getting a big tour by the one and only Dewy Cox. Dewy Cox is going on tour, so anybody who's a fan of that artist should go check it out. Um, this is a wild thing. This is a fun thing. I mean, all the terrible news you hear throughout today. I mean, this is pretty cool. John C. Riley, I love him. I think he's awesome. He's a great performer. I haven't seen him in much lately, and I've been missing him because uh, he really uh, he really commits to his parts. I mean, Walk Hard is amazing. If you haven't seen it, I mean, first you have to watch a few other movies, but Walk the Line and stuff like that. But the movie is like so dedicated. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
phone it in at all. So the fact that he's saying, you know what, let's take this on tour, and that just sounds like awesome to me. And those, speaking of catchy songs, those songs pretty damn good, honestly.
Oh yeah, there was some good ones on there. Got
Yeah,
good chuckles and enjoyed it.
Royal Jelly, probably the Dylan song. It's fucking great. Now this is really cool. Like you said, Mike, I love me some John C. Riley. I have went blank. Steve Brule, the show, check it out with Dr. Steve Brule that he had on Adult Swim. My God.
Oh yeah. Loved it.
It just,
I mean, if you haven't seen it, I guarantee you've seen the memes.
oh yeah. Yeah. It's fucking great. Oh my God. No, like you said, amongst all the terrible news, this was pretty cool. And if tickets aren't astronomical like everything else is, I may try to go. Was going to try to go to My Chemical Romance, the Black Parade next year, 20-year anniversary. Love that album. Coming to Nissan Stadium. Tickets were anywhere from $500 to $900. Now they may get cheaper. But I was just like, Jesus
is this starting
Christ.
out or is this scalper prices? What are we talking about? This is
I'm
starting
not
out
sure.
prices?
I was looking on Ticketmaster, but
yeah.
Yeah,
that is to me wild. You know, the prices. Remember back in the '90s when Proton was championing about Ticketmaster being so outrageous in their prices, and back then it probably was like $100 at the most. You know, here we are with these super inflated prices.
Oh yeah.
I don't get it. It's beyond me. It's like I get. See, I hear that they say, well, we're not making any money with streaming. Well, if you're not making any money in streaming, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, Spotify does not control your music. I mean, it's either you or your studio or whoever has the rights to it. You don't have to be on there. You don't have to be on Apple Music or Amazon, whatever it is. If these aren't generating, which I don't know that they're not generating. I mean, if you are a low on the totem pole artist, probably not making much. But these bigger ones, I mean, Taylor Swift is banking a lot on these. But I'm sure some other ones aren't. But if it's not worth it, why are we doing it? It's kind of a deal, So to me, like that sort of thing. But you can't offset that with $500 tickets, right? Especially when, I mean, everything else has went up astronomically. It's like, at what point do you just walk into an empty stadium because nobody can afford your theater or concert? I mean, I feel like a concert is fun and it should be enjoyed, and it shouldn't be something that you work a year to pay off. To like, I've got to save up money to go to this concert.
Yeah.
So those kind of prices are just insane. Something needs to be done about this some sort of regulation. I don't know what the answer to that is, but it just seems to be out of control.
Yeah.
I would agree.
I concur, good sir. I concur. That's all I got. You got anything else, Matt?
No, I think I'm good, guys. Great talking to you again.
Yeah. What about you,
sure.
Brandon? Anything else? Anything else on the agenda, Brandon?
I don't think so. Idaho is getting a Qatari military base, I believe. Yeah. that kind of got slipped through. I think they announced that yesterday or Thursday. I can't remember, but yeah. Well,
Okay.
Well,
And
now I'm going to look up and see what a Qatari military base is.
or Qatar. I don't know. It's a Middle Eastern. If you remember,
we're
Trump
talking
got
about the guy who
400.
gave him the plane. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
So I guess this is what they get in return.
That's
I don't know.
scary?
I'm just
That's not.
yeah.
Are we talking like an ambassador, like an embassy or something? A military base?
I'm almost positive they said military base. But yeah, that just came out. Like I said, a couple of days ago. Air Force facility, to be specific, in Idaho. So,
Yeah, it's not alarming at all.
How you like them taters?
but yeah. Other than that, that's all I got.
Okay, all right. Again, Dewy Cox is on tour, guys. Go check him out. Let's not worry about the bases infiltrating America. All right, guys, that's all I got. Until next time.
All right.
Later, guys.
Peace.
See you.
Crackling news on the old truck radio, preacher's voice, then a talk show blowing smoke. Neighbors fighting on the Facebook feed, saying more than they ever would in the street. There's small town static in the air tonight, buzzing like a fly on a neon light. I miss the hush of a front porch swing, back when silence still meant something. Can't hear the crickets for the satellite. There's too much noise in this quiet life, trying to tune it out, but I can't quite.